why hello there. What brings you out this night? I have to say I never really run into anyone out here. In fact, I usually come here to be alone, so it's very peculiar to see you. Are you fancying yourself a nice moonlit stroll? I do so enjoy those myself. But now that I look at you, I don't think I've ever seen you before. Are you from around here? What's with that look? You're paler than a ghost. Are you a ghost? You don't look like any ghost I've ever seen, but I try not to judge. Me? I'm Jack Skellington, the Pumpkin King. Pleased to make your acquaintance. I am surprised that you haven't heard of me. There are few who haven't, and even fewer who would deny that at what I do, I am the best. My talents are renowned far and wide. Yes, when it comes to surprises in the moonlit night, I excel without ever even trying, with just the slightest little effort of my ghost-like charms. I have seen grown men give out a shriek, and with the wave of my hand and a well-placed moan, I have swept even the very bravest off their feet. I am a master of fright, and a demon of light. I could scare you right out of your pants. To a guy in Kentucky, I'm Mr. Unlucky, and I'm known throughout England and France. And since I am dead, I could take off my head to recite Shakespearean quotations. No animal nor man can scream like I can with the fury of my recitations. But year after year it was always the same routine, and I grew pretty weary of the sound of screams. So this year I will be the new Sandy Claus. The old one is still around. I'm just giving him a vacation of sorts. Oh yes, after I discovered Christmas, it was like the empty place I'd been feeling inside of my heart began to fill up. I wanted to share that with everyone. So the whole town has come together to help make this Christmas one that no one will forget. You do know about Christmas, don't you? It's simply marvelous. I didn't know about it until I happened upon it by chance. You see, it was right after my big performance last Halloween. I was feeling a little down, you see, so I went for a walk. Well, I just kept walking, and I didn't really stop, until I happened upon this very odd little place deep in the forest. There were these big trees with pictures painted on them. I believe there was a heart, an egg, a little green leaf thing, and a few others. But then I saw that one looked just like a tree, but it had little decorations on it. It caught my eye immediately, and when I went to examine it closer, I ended up stumbling straight through it and landed on this big pile of cold white powder, which I later discovered was called snow. And below me in the valley I saw this remarkable little town, all lit up and colorful and warm. It was a place called Christmas Town. It was absolutely fantastic, and I couldn't even believe my own eyes at first. I thought perhaps I was dreaming or that something was wrong. But there were all these people singing songs. The streets were lined with little creatures laughing. I thought perhaps that I'd gone a bit daffy, but there were children there, throwing snowballs instead of throwing heads. Some of the creatures were busy building toys. Absolutely no one there was dead. There was frost on every window. I really couldn't believe my eyes, but in my bones I felt this warmth that was coming from deep inside. Oh, and then they were also hanging mistletoe, and they kissed beneath it. It was so unique, I was positively inspired. Then they all gathered round to hear a story while roasting chestnuts on a fire. Oh, and they also had a little tree. It was quite queer. Who would ever think of such a thing? But they were covering it with tiny little things, and they had electric lights on strings. And there was a smile on everyone. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but it does sound like fun, doesn't it? Oh, and then I saw all the children were asleep in their beds. And I looked, but there was nothing underneath. No ghouls, no witches there to scream and scare them or ensnare them. Only the cozy little things secured inside their dreamland. The monsters were all missing, and nightmares couldn't be found. In their places, there was good feeling all around. Instead of screams, I swear, I could hear music in the air, and the smell of cakes and pies absolutely everywhere. The sights, the sounds, they were everywhere and all around. I'd never felt so good before. That place inside me was filling up, and I simply couldn't get enough. That's why I decided to bring Christmas back here into Halloween Town. I decided to share it with everyone. But, unfortunately, no one quite really understood or grasped just how magical Christmas was. But they were excited and enthused about it all the same. So for that, I am grateful. It may not be exactly like I saw in Christmas Town, and it may not be exactly as I had planned, but I think our Christmas will go over well. It will certainly be one for the books. We've been very busy and doing our best to make sure we bring this joyous holiday to everyone. The monsters are all working on making toys that I'll be giving to all the girls and boys who have been good this year. My friend Sally is making me a suit just like Sandy Claus has, and the professor is working on building our very own reindeer. Isn't it exciting? Would you like to come back to town with me? You could help out and partake in the festivities. Wouldn't it be fun? Oh, well, all right then. I guess I'll see you around. Thanks for listening to me go on about Christmas. As you can tell, I'm quite thrilled over it. If you change your mind, just head back in that direction, and it'll bring you straight to town. If anyone asks, tell them you're friends with Jack. Then they'll leave you alone. I hope to see you again sometime. Come along, Zero. Oh, and be sure to watch out for that no-good Oogie Boogie. He'll only bring you trouble. Well, so long, friend.